poor Asher. He can't make up his mind on where he wants to lay down. I mean, first it looked like he was really comfy down there, and then I called him a land whale, and then he stood up like he was mad and went over back there to the love seat to lay down. And we're like, oh, I guess he wasn't comfortable there. And then immediately after he got up there, he was like, nah. And then he hops back down, comes back down here, and lays down, like, back in his bed again. And now he's facing away from me, just like, I heard what you said. Yeah. I didn't mean it, Asher. I'm sorry, buddy. He just gave, like, a exacerbated sigh. Like, he just like... Yeah, sorry, buddy. But I guess that's just what it is. So he's back. I literally can't believe it. He's back. It is Internet Historian with Exploration. Well, more specifically, Incognito mode, which I'm cool with. Exploration. So a lot of people are really just really happy when Internet Historian comes back, and y'all are too, because whenever this is recommended on our Discord, it's just like, oh, well, I guess I know what we're doing. So here we are, and I'm hoping that everything is going good with Internet Historian. I know that he had a little bit of a rush where he was like getting a lot of videos out in a short time frame, and I hope that he's doing all right. But yeah, I guess we might as well just jump on in on this and get to it, because it's a little later than normal for when we normally start. But hey, I had a full day of recording. I recorded 3 videos with my nephew, and then 5 videos with Caleb, to which Micah was there for 3 of them, because Micah had to leave early because he was starting to get tired. He'd worked all day. So, yeah, it is what it is. But
worked all day as well, so
yeah. So, we're going to be jumping into this. This is Exploration. Exploration into the unknown with Incognito mode. Let's get into it.
Brought to you by NordVPN. Exploration. Exploration! What is exploration? No.
You alright?
Headphones sound weird.
No one's climbed this one before. Whee! Witness this moment, vocal. Make a note, boy. Yeah, I used to plow once, but I've given it up. Now I'm more of an explorer. Maybe I should explore my sexuality. What the hell is that? Under the ocean, I'm afraid there's not much to see. A gun!
Yeah, dead.
First things first, a little bit of admin.
Yes.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month, thank you.
I just wanted to let you know, in honor of you, my friend, I'm going to avoid using any homophobic slurs for the rest of the month.
Well, maybe just for the next 10 minutes.
Look, I'm still going to say them, but I just won't say them with as much vitriol. How about
How about I'll pull a Tazonde and pull away from the mic to say them?
Can you imagine that? Like, we're just having a chat, and then you just hear, like, a quiet slur. Like, just in the mic.
Just off in the distance. You're right. What, did you say something?
No.
Nope.
No, I didn't.
And of course you've got your Discord set up so that, like, it's so sensitive that it picks up even the smallest sounds.
My God.
The best.
That's a really funny idea.
All right, what did you actually want to talk about?
Hawaii.
We're flying to Hawaii in a couple of months. When you look at that on the map, oh boy, those dudes be out there. I feel like in general that would be quite a relaxing living for the last several thousand years. Just chilling, eating fish and fucking coconuts and stuff.
Yeah, I think it was fairly brutish as well. Like, Captain Cook, he died in Hawaii, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, he got run over by a Toyota Corolla, I think.
Yeah, that's right. And he got killed by the locals, and one of the reasons for that was they became very scared of the Europeans because this was their second voyage over. And the first time, someone went on the ship sick. They go, guys, does anyone have a cold? Does anyone have a flu? Serious, you can't come. You can't come if you're sick. No, no, I swear, it's just my allergies. It's just the sea air. All right. And then they brought him along, and then he sneezed on one of the locals, and then 90% of the population died.
Just ran up and sneezed on him.
And then he went back to England or whatever. And in the meanwhile, the Hawaiians are going, what the heck? They put a curse on us. And then Captain Cook shows up again and he's going, I'm loving this. This was brilliant last time. They had coconut bras. They had coconut cocktails.
Coconut music.
Yeah. They didn't have horses, but they would clap the coconut halves together.
Full money pot.
Loving it. Especially when there was a strong breeze.
Hawaiian shirts.
Moana on TV too.
No.
And anyway, they were loving it. And then all of a sudden they see the natives and they're running up, and this time they got spears. And they're going, what's going on? And then,
what the hell, man? Pretty sure I heard something different. That doesn't seem right.
Well, you calling me a liar?
I don't know. I heard something different.
Yeah, hold on, let me Google. I'll Google it. Look, I found these ladies. They will be the arbiters of the whole thing.
Cook is, horrible because he brought disease. He's not terribly important. The best thing about him is that we killed him.
Oh, man.
No, hold on, let her cook. That's sick.
It's not very nice.
I'm glad we ate him.
This is where Cook went, took his diseases to the Maoris, to the Tahitians, whatever. We can stay. We Hawaiians took care of this problem here. We killed Cook.
They didn't know about germ theory.
They didn't. That's like everyone talks about the smallpox blankets. There was no such thing as smallpox blankets.
Really?
Yeah, that was never a thing. That's the whole, that's another lie that people just agree to believe. Now, albeit, here's the thing. CGP Grey has a great video about this. What caused the conflicts here in the New World were the diseases of the old, because of animals. You want to know where measles, mumps, whooping cough, all of bubonic plague, all of that comes from animals. Specifically, domesticated animals that you keep within your city. And whenever you have domesticated animals, you can have better farming. You can have better, you can build bigger buildings. You can transport things easier. And the only domesticatable animal that was here in the United States were llamas. And it was only in South America, which explains why the biggest cities in the New World were in South America. But even then, they pale in comparison to the amount of domesticatable animals that were in the Old World. Pigs, horses, dogs, all that. It's insane.
You said that. Never mind.
What?
So you said the only thing that was here in the United States was llamas.
No, in South America. In the New World.
Yeah.
The New World is North and South America.
You said United States.
Sorry.
Which is not the same thing.
I'm sorry, but in the New World. The only thing here in the New World was llamas, and it was in South America. And thus, that's why the largest cities are in South America. And here in the North, or here in North America, there were basically just massive mounds that people built up and lived around and would hunt and gather and trade and all that. But whenever Old Worlders came over here, they brought all of the diseases that came with it. And thus, that's why 90% of the population died. And it wasn't because the Old Worlders knew that, we have all these diseases that we can just give to the natives and it'll kill all of them. No, it was literally happenstance. They had no idea about virology, they had no idea about anything like that. So, how the heck could they do anything if they didn't know about it? Anyway, sorry. What's up? I know you're reading through that article, and honestly, it's here, hold on. Let's see. There we go. And there it is.
Smallpox in the blankets is one of those stubborn legends that can't be dismissed as myth because it is founded in a mixture of limited historical facts and widespread circumstantial evidence.
So is the world being flat. And we all know how that's going.
Weird.
I know.
It's just the first I've ever heard of that not being a thing.
It's crazy, dude. Like, well, that's the thing. It's like everyone, like, history is a lie that everyone agrees to believe. And
It's the first time I've ever heard anybody say that too.
well, it's true because everyone like looks at Columbus like he was the worst thing to happen. No, you want to talk about who a true monster was that came to the New World? Look at Cortez. No one ever talks about Cortez. Everyone always talks about Columbus. Why? Because he's the most famous. Cortez killed.
Has a day.
Huh?
Because he has a day.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Columbus is most famous for that. Like he's the most famous of all the like explorers that came over. But you want to talk about someone who literally killed millions upon millions of people? Or yeah, it was Cortez. Cortez and what's his name, Francisco de Orellana, were responsible for like huge massacres in South America that led to like the deaths of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. Death by the sword, not death by disease, but death by the sword and by flogging and by hanging. Dude, they did everything to try and like torture the natives to get them to tell them where like all the civilizations were. It was terrible. But no one ever talks about him. Everyone attributes it to Columbus. And don't get me wrong, Columbus did wrong. But honestly, there are much worse monsters of history out there that no one ever talks about.
We didn't know. Alright, this lady didn't give us any substantial information. So we consulted Wikipedia as to what actually happened. Okay, so here's what happened. So Cook, right, he returns, and it's not just him, there's other people with him. They return to Hawaii,
Yep.
and they need to do repairs because their ship, the mast is broken. While they're doing that, there's a series of thefts from Cook's camp. It says here that they stole iron tongs and baskets.
Oh.
So it's like, it's the valuable stuff, you know, you gotta keep that in the vault.
The real high value items.
So they put up with the thieving and the pinching for a while, but then, so they've got these boats, right? So they park them in the ocean. You don't want to get too close to the beach. You don't want to get stuck on the shore. So you then take these little boats all the way to the shore, and they're called cutters. At one point they discovered, hey, someone's stolen one of our little boats. So the next day, Cook and about 10 of his dudes, they march ashore, right? And they go up to the Hawaiian king, and his name is like Turiabu. And they go, you're coming with us, fella. We're going to take you as a hostage, and then we're going to force the natives to return the boat, please. Also, I want those tongs back. And that basket.
And also, how did you possibly get past our security to steal the tongs and basket?
But in the chaos, when they're trying to take the king, a Hawaiian chief shows up,
Okay.
and his name is like Kalimu, and he's shot and killed.
Jesus.
Real bad timing on his part.
Things have escalated from tongs and boats to murder.
I like to imagine he just pops into the hut like, oh, hey guys, what's happening here? Bang! just real wrong place, wrong time.
I got those 10 Hawaiian pizzas you ordered.
Pizza time.
Guess who's a dum-dum? This guy. Because, yeah. Apparently I hit something and it muted the audio like this.
You can't say that.
I didn't say that. Because they didn't hear it. I'm just joking. You heard it. You know what I said, but hey, that's just how it is. And I covered my mouth so y'all can't see what I'm saying. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, we were here and we were laughing at the little joke about the door flinging open and be like, hey guys, what's going on in here? Bang. Yeah, but anyway. Let's go.
At the hut like, oh, hey guys, what's happening here? Bang! just real wrong place, wrong time.
I got those 10 Hawaiian pizzas you ordered.
Pizza time.
So the natives, they get angry.
Understandably.
Cook and his crew take off running. They're going back for the
I guess you could say this guy is pretty...
We gotta get off this island. We've made a big
Goose is
mistake.
cooked.
Huge. And then while they're pushing their boats into the water, Cook and the crew are attacked by the natives. Uh-oh. Now, they're fighting, and it's like it's all in slow motion, and Cook turns around, he shoots and he kills a native warrior. At that point, he is then struck with a wooden club, and then someone stabs him with an iron dagger.
Real like level 1 goblin items to be killed by. he took a collective 12 damage from that.
Cook then fell down, and he, along with 4 other soldiers, were never seen again by the men, who escaped back to the Resolution, which is the big ship. And then they like weirdly preserved his body and did a whole bunch of things. We can't show the images; it's very gruesome. I think they kind of liked him by the end. Yeah, at least once he was dead.
It's hard to be angry at a body, I guess.
Yeah, interesting.
That is, yeah, okay. That's very different to what I was led to
Very
believe. I
strange
would like
thing
to know
to do
how
to a body
the-
of someone who wronged you.
Yeah. Usually you'd like burn it or, you know, throw it out in the ocean and let the sea take it, or feed it to the fish. I mean, I don't know.
Put the head on a pike or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but no, preserve it for some reason. Odd.
This other chief was shot and killed. Well, I suppose the instigating event was the theft, but that definitely escalated it a little bit. Like, how do you go from?
Yeah, the chief might have attacked him or something.
Okay, yeah, if it was a self-defense, then that would make a bit more sense. I'm so sorry to the
Kind of
editors
makes
who
me
has to
wonder if
proofread
the
all
chief
nonsense
wasn't
that
just
I've
like,
had.
"Oh yeah, it was me. I stole your boat," and some guys just like, "Well, fuck you."
Yeah.
And then everybody else is like, "Hey, fuck you."
Yeah, and then everything escalates. Hate to say it, because here's the thing. We weren't there, so there's no way we're going to be knowing 100% of the truth, and that's okay. Shit happens.
And half truths.
Yeah, things that we've like overheard in a fever dream. When
Yeah, like vague, I heard half of at a pub because
when we're in the club, we're in the like somewhere cool.
Yeah.
Me just with an ear to a glass at the toilet stall and at the kebab shop, and I'm just like, yeah, that's a good fact.
Yeah,
I'm loving that.
I'm gonna put
Yeah,
that's
what
going
else happened?
right in the brain, right in the memory hole for later. They're gonna love this one.
Ad time.
Yes.
Lord man, I sentence you to 2 years in the prison, Slammer. But I'm innocent. And just so you learn a lesson, here's 4 additional months. Welcome to my life.
What did he do?
In Schnord Schnank. Redemption. It's hell in here. They track your every move.
Prisoners, it's time for cookies. I hope you'll accept them.
There's no privacy in this jail at all. It's like a goddamn prison.
We have trackers all
Yeah.
over this prison, and we're gonna use that to collect data and sell it to marketers. But someone here has been using a VPN, and I have a suspicion of who it is.
I'll never rat out my crew, Warden.
Have it your way then.
Just let me out, Warden. You don't have to make this such a huge deal. Wait a minute. Something in my prison wallet.
Mushy, mushy.
Kid, if you ever find yourself in the hole, use this. Saley eSIM.
The Saley eSIM gives you 20 gigabytes of mobile data, which you can use anywhere in the world. And then you pair it with the NordVPN app, and then you're totally anonymous as well, and you can pretty much go anywhere and do anything.
A gift when you sign up to NordVPN.
Hello? Nord 24-hour support hotline?
So yeah, the universe is probably telling us, like, we need to just not watch this. Like Nick just said, literally. So yeah, here we are, back at it again, after realizing the audio was off. Twice. And realizing that, oh yeah, the power line in our neighborhood literally went down. Like, literally, Nick drove out to the front of our neighborhood, and the power line was in the road, and the firefighters were out there keeping people from driving near it. Jesus. So yeah, it was pretty like long time it was out. It was almost like 5 hours, wasn't it?
I don't know. I went to bed.
Yeah,
After like driving out and finding out that happened and the guys weren't there working on it yet, I was like, I'm just gonna go to my room and play my Switch for a bit.
and then
And then I was like, I'm too sleepy, I'm just gonna take a nap. And then I woke up and it was daylight and my closet light was back on, so clearly the power had come back.
yeah, it was out for a while, but by the
I
time
also
it came
woke up
back
mostly
on.
because my cat was being an asshole and touching my face.
So the thing is, when the power came back on, my UPS, my uninterruptible power supply to my PC, woke me up. So I was like, I heard it beep. I was like, huh? And I looked, and I was like, power back on? And I looked, and I'm like, go over and turn the light on. Yep, power's on. So I just said to myself, all right, I guess I'll just go around the house, make sure the doors are locked and everything. And yeah, that was basically my night. And I remembered I had a doctor's appointment in the morning, so I had to leave early to go to the doctor's appointment. And as soon as I was done with the doctor's appointment, I had to help Kate out with a few things. And then after that, I got home and I was able to upload a few things. Then I had to leave again because I had to take someone to the DMV, which, you know, that's always fun, having to go to the DMV.
Hey, government stuff.
Yay! But needless to say, it was a hell of a time. And what we have here is the continuation of exploration.
And not to mention, when we started this a minute ago and started doing that explanation, Nate looked over and the audio wasn't on again.
Yeah, so that's why I said the audio twice. That's the second time the audio wasn't on. So yeah.
If something else happens before we finish this video, I think we should just put out an announcement being like, the universe literally told us to go fuck ourselves when we tried to react to this video.
Quite literally.
So
Quite
we're not
freaking
going to
literally.
do it because clearly there's something that's telling us it's a bad idea.
Apparently so. So, exploration. We're here exactly where the video cut off, and we're going to jump right into it. Here we go.
Hello, Nord 24-hour support hotline. I'm in solitary and I'm feeling very alone right now.
Where did he go? Impossible!
Come with me.
I can't. I belong here. But where are you gonna go, kid?
With Nord's thousands of servers around the globe, anywhere but here.
Final call for the flight. All passengers please line up by the gate.
Not leaving so soon, are you?
Huh?
I changed my mind about jail. Saley man, I sentence you to a life sentence with me. Nordy Dufresne was never seen again by authorities. But he went on to commit many, many more crimes. So get NordVPN today with nordvpn.com/incognito. Get a huge deal on a 2-year plan plus 4 extra months. And when you sign up using my link, you get a free eSIM with Saley. Hey, that's pretty good.
And here we are.
Would you live at the bottom of the ocean?
Absolutely
No.
not. Not even.
No.
I don't even want to think about it.
I
No.
played Soma, so no.
I would, okay, if I lived at the bottom of the ocean, I would want it to be something like that. Like, 10, maybe 12 feet underwater.
Yeah, like if you're just like before the initial huge drop off.
Yeah. If you're talking,
that might be okay.
if you're talking in the shallows, and I can literally just look out and be like,
I still
"Oh,
feel
hey."
like the problem with this is that if there's ever a tsunami, the ocean's going to recede far enough that on the way back in, it's going to take your fucking house out.
Could potentially, but at the same time, the swell of the water, could potentially I don't know. The swell of the water could just go rise up around it. I don't know. Just depends on how it's built.
Look, I played Bioshock 1 and 2. That seems like an awful idea. It'd be fun to visit, maybe.
I'd quite like to live under the ocean.
Really?
That seems really neat, live in a big glass semicircle.
You have like
So
a
a Sandy
chute,
Cheek
you know, like a
situation.
window that just opens up and just fish pour in. You close
No,
it.
not
and that's
in
you
the
do it.
ocean,
I just like to imagine,
inside
like,
the
some, like,
ocean.
1950s housewife just opening up the windows to get some air in, and just a bunch of fish flopping. The apple pie on the windowsill just gets obliterated.
Now, I wanted to show you this because I saw this the other day and I thought it was very neat. Okay, so this is a very cool channel. It's called Natural World Facts, right? And this particular video is on brine pools. And so what happens is, at the bottom of the ocean, there are different levels of salinity, and sometimes you end up with these pockets of exceedingly salty water. And they're usually filled with like sulfur and lots of other bad stuff too.
Yeah, right.
So it's like, this guy's, you know, here's this crab and he's loving it, and look at all
Yeah.
these muscles.
Oh,
Brilliant.
you'd be stoked.
Absolutely.
Smells like.
And then there's a
He's like, nom, 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 nom.
pool over here, and somehow it's breached its wall, and then it's just slid downhill, and it spills out like a river running through the bottom of the ocean across the sea floor. And it just finds like its lowest point,
The
right? 'Cause it's
rolling,
heavier than the
shadowy
rest of the
death.
water.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's all these like oysters that are like, it's great being down here, lower than the brine pool. I'm loving this.
Look at those idiots up there stuck in the brine pool, unlike us. Downhill chads.
Food's falling down here all the time. We're getting big and fat and we love it.
The downhill chad versus the brine pool virgin.
And then it's like, hey, what's that? What's that smell? Is it getting darker? 5 seconds later, he's like, I can't get out of the way. I can't get out of the way. And they just get devastated.
So it really is like the Goo Lagoon and SpongeBob, like how they have water. It's the sequel to
Yes.
water. There's water inside
Basically,
water.
yeah.
It's crazy that it is just so much darker. Like in a fantasy game, that would be the void or the dark evil that seeps across the land.
Look at these
Yeah.
stupid fish. Like, they can see it's just death incarnate, and then,
What's down here?
oh, I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm dead.
Yeah, fish are stupid. I think if they had eyebrows, we'd feel bad for them.
Right.
But they don't. So like, if you
Yeah.
saw someone like throw a puppy off a cliff, you'd feel horrible.
Right.
But like
Anchorman.
discussing a fish off a cliff, that would honestly be one of the funniest things I've ever seen. They're so alien looking, and they can't emote that you don't really feel bad for them. I feel like being a fish is literally the worst animal you could roll.
Yeah.
Because like, at least if you're a land mammal, you can at least see the world around you.
Right.
Fish is like, you can see at most 2 to 5 meters in front of you.
Yeah, you got your eyes at the side of your head.
And prepare
At
for
any
jump
point,
scare.
you can just
I mean,
get
you
5
could
nights
be
of
a-
these jump scared by like
Jesus
a
Christ.
bigger fish,
Yeah. that's
You
what
could
I-
be a snail.
of which there is
And
like
snails
infinite
eat poop.
amounts of.
Yeah.
Like, oh, wow, look, a tasty morsel. That thing looks delicious. So I go and I take a little bite.
Nom.
Oh my god, something's pulling on my face. Something's pulling on my fucking face. And then you know what? You might pull a cool trick and somehow you might get loose of the line and you go, whoa, that wasn't a tasty morsel at all. I got tricked. Oh, there's something in my mouth. And you've just got the hook now there forever. It's like, there's something between my teeth. Steve, could you get this?
Could you imagine just having, even just the idea of like something between your teeth and you can't do anything about it? But imagine, then just having like a piece of shrapnel in your face that's just stuck there. And not only do you not have the capability of removing it, nobody you
Nobody
know
else
does.
And no one feels any sympathy either. At best, you get a, oh, you got a new piercing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, Jeff's gone metal, huh?
Well, I think it's because no matter what, the fish's life ends in a brutal and violent way.
Yes.
There is no fish retirement.
The fish grows old and grey and slumps off from the herd to die a peaceful life amongst the trees. And
No.
Hold my fin.
I see the light. No, it's getting eaten, torn apart. Your cheeks getting pulled by a rod. You're getting dissolved by stomach acid alongside 500 other fish in the whale's guts. You're drowning in saltier water. There's no good out
No.
for a fish. Because, the idea of being a fish is like...
What I'm
you're in,
trying
like,
to
the
tell
text-
about that fish right there, by the way, is it just that the water is so much darker that makes its front half look like that?
I think so.
Or is there literally something like so acidic in there that it's already dissolving his front half?
It might be. I mean, that's the thing. Is
It
like,
looks fucking brutal. It looks like there are pieces of its front half coming off.
I think so. I think that's what it is.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 24/7.
Every
Like,
direction they turn around, you hear the revving of the chainsaw.
you're literally running 24/7, except you've also got 2 extra axes to deal with because a fish could come from above or below too.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
You can't like hide behind a bush. I guess you could hide in some rocks on this.
Maybe I was
and
a
also
fish in my
visibility,
past
right?
life, and that's why I'm
unless
so
you're in
afraid of
crystal clear
sharks.
waters.
Maybe.
And there's no way that they're not weirded out by the deep sea fish either. Like, they must be looking at some of those guys and being like, they look fucking weird.
Oh
But you
Jesus!
reckon they're like, it's like they can't bring it up.
Apparently, those fish don't actually look like that when they're actually at their proper depth. Like, that's the result of bringing something that is adapted to very, like, high pressure into our low pressure area
Yeah.
compared to them. So that's why they turn into... It's like they're literally imploding.
Kind of offensive. Like,
Existence is
Yeah, I
prey.
like that. Yeah, they're just like, you know, they're little fish kids. They go, no, don't be insensitive. Hey.
it's like when a child sees like a disabled person and starts like pointing at them or whatever, and just like, no, that's just how they are. It's okay.
Oh boy, Mount Everest.
Would you ever want to climb a mountain?
I wouldn't climb a mountain. I'd walk up one. I would never do Everest. There's like a pretty high percentage chance you don't get out of that.
I just don't see the appeal. You got to take like 3 weeks off work.
Yeah, there's a good chance you'll just die in one of the worst ways, you know, like either getting crushed or rolling down a hill or falling down a crevasse and breaking your leg and just starving to death. Like there's innumerable ways you could die. I'm sure the view is spectacular.
I don't think it is. I think you can barely see anything.
That's what I'm saying. But even what you do see is like when it's something like this, like the image you have there, it's like, oh, you just see more snowy rocks. It's not like you climb to the
Yeah.
top of a nice hill in Yellowstone Valley.
There's
or
no
something.
nice restaurant up there.
No, exactly. You're not uncovering like a hidden lagoon or valley or something. And especially like Mount Everest as well. You're doing it with like 600,000 other people. So it's like I've heard during peak time of the year, it's literally like a conga line to the top of the mountain. So it's not even like you're like a bold explorer going where no one's gone before. Didn't someone do it in like shorts? It was one of those like guys who says they can like control their body temperature. I'm not kidding. I think a guy did do that. Is it? Yeah, it's Wim Hof. I thought it was him. The Iceman says he's able to like regulate his body
I mean,
temperature and shit.
there must be something to it if he can.
Yeah.
If he didn't die.
You'd be pissed off, wouldn't you? Like you've spent several $1,000s at Kathmandu, kidding yourself out, and you just see some guy.
Yeah, it feels like you're
Walk by
way
in
topping
his shorts.
everybody.
It's
Yeah.
really impressive to
No
climb to the
shirt
top,
on.
and now he's like doing it even better than you. He's like, come on, man, at least let me have this.
It's like, come on, man, just climb with me. Don't be held back by the restrictions of clothing.
Wasn't Dark Souls, you know, you can pick your class and you can be like, is it deprived
Yeah.
or something? Or just in your...
Yes.
He picked the deprived class for climbing Mount
I know what you
Everest.
mean.
He's just combat rolling to the top of the, top of the mountain.
I mean, to be honest, he probably had the easiest climb in terms of weight he had to carry up that
Oh,
anyone
yeah.
who's ever had climbing Everest.
Yeah.
He only had to carry himself, basically. So he didn't have to carry any heavy jacket or anything.
Okay, let me tell you what I explored.
Okay.
I explored the bookshop on the weekend.
That's like a mental exploration.
I used to have a lot of books, like a lot of books.
You seem well read.
I'm not particularly read, but what happened was I used to buy books for $1.
Sure.
Very quickly, I accumulated a lot of books. And anyway, I moved to one place and then a flood happened. And then I moved to another place. They got kind of left to the elements and so much dust got in there. So I went full 1930s mode and I had a fire.
Oh my god. It's just like, I don't like these books. Burn them.
I had a book burning of my own stuff. And I thought, I'm just going to start the collection again. And so this weekend, I went to the bookstore and I got some better books. Some books.
$2.
I got some books with pictures. And
So comics or like children's books.
so they've got a whole aisle now dedicated to manga.
I think it's pronounced mango.
They actually have a
You
couple
know
of
what?
aisles at
I'm
our
gonna do it.
bookstores.
Oh yeah. Manga is
The section
all over the
has
place.
gotten gradually larger and larger over the years.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see what all the fuss is about. And so they had these books on like
Junji Ito.
Yes.
Yes! Yes!
Dude.
Yes!
Hell yeah.
Makes me want to go get my whole collection and bring it down here and show it, but it's too many books. But I have that one and that one and that one and that one and that one. I have that one somewhere, but I can't figure out where it went. And I have, I have Love Sickness. I have the Liminal Zone. I have Censor. I have the Paradox.
What about
Black
Shiver?
Paradox. Yeah, Shiver is the one I have somewhere, but it's missing. I don't know
Oh,
where it
that's
went.
okay.
I think it's either that one's the one that Chance borrowed or it was smashed, but both of those are missing for some reason. I can't figure out where they went. I think Chance has one of them.
And then, of course, right beside Junji Ito, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I thought, yeah, it's quite spooky. I like spooky stories.
Oh yeah, he's good. Yep.
So I got a couple of those. I'm wandering around, and I get to
That
the.
other one I think is like one of those like,
So
Yeah.
like
got a couple.
what
it's
is the
yaoi.
word for it?
Yaoi.
Yeah, yaoi mangas. Manga.
Which, if that's what you're into, it's what you're into. No shame.
Of those. I'm wandering around, and I get to the like mystical aisle, and I thought, oh, this would be funny. I'll buy her story and like a book on witchcraft. And then when people come around and visit, I'll like leave it on the coffee table, and I'll tell people that her historian's really into this stuff now.
Oh, dog-eared with like a bookmark.
Oh
in
my
it.
gosh.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm in that sort of aisle.
Yeah, got it bookmarked on like human sacrifice, cannibalism, voodoo dolls, and all like the most fucked up shit, just so people will be like, oh, I wonder what she's into. How to cook your friends. Okay, honey, we're leaving, and we are not coming back.
And there's a whole bunch of tarot cards there.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
let's have a look at that. So I
fun.
look at those. I pick it up, and the box feels very light. I mean, oh, that's weird. And it says on a sticker, please see at the counter. They can't trust tarot cards in the store regular.
Sounds about
Interesting.
right.
Because
So I went
people
to the front
steal 'em.
counter.
Yeah, because that's the thing. People will literally just pop them open or pop a slit in the top of the case and literally just like siphon them out one by one and hide them in their jackets because
It's different everywhere. Like you can go to our local bookstore and get like a box that has it in the box and take it to the front, buy it. But like once something gets stolen a number of times at a store, they start doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Clearly, over in Australia, people like stealing tarot cards.
And I bought my couple of books, and I said to the lady, "Why are all the tarot cards behind the counter?" And she goes, "There's so much shoplifting of tarot cards. It's like the most stolen thing in the whole store."
Oh wow. I would not have picked that.
No, I wouldn't have either. I thought that was so interesting. And I said, "So what's number 2?" And then she points down at my book.
Really?
We've got a copy of Berserk up the back, and we don't even keep it at the front counter.
No wonder I can't find like certain volumes of Berserk. I've gone to every book, Books A Million, every Barnes and Noble, and there's always like 2 or 3 volumes of the same volumes missing.
Dude, like, don't be afraid at the bookstores to just go ask.
And that's I think what I need to do.
Because I've gone, like, looking for specific things several times, and, like, I'll look where I think it's going to be, and if I don't immediately see it, I'll just be like, do you have this? And I'll show them a picture on my phone. I'll be like, oh, yeah, we have that. Or they'll just be like, no, we don't have that right now, but we can order it.
Yeah, but it's always the ones for the Golden Age arc. It's always the ones for like everyone's favorite like arc of the story. And I'm like, you can't do that. That's literally one of the best parts of the story. Bastards.
I mean, just ask them next time. They might be able to order it, or they might have it in the back, because people are stealing it.
What would Kentaro Mayura say if he found out you were stealing his shit? Or, actually, he's passed away, so he can't really say anything.
Yeah, I was going to say, probably not much of anything now.
Yeah, well, he'd probably be, like, pretty upset because
He's just looking on you from the sky, watching you put his book in your pocket, being like,
Shame. Because he not only wrote it, he illustrated it too, and that's why it took so long for him to do it, was because the illustrations are so detailed. Like, some of the illustrations in Berserk are nuts. Like in terms of like how desperate he got like with when it came to digital. He would sometimes zoom in to like the finest details and like spend an hour on like a leaf in the background, and then like zoom back out, and then like I was like, oh my god, dude.
We keep it in the storage out the back.
That does not surprise me because I've tried to buy the first edition of Berserk, so I'm like, I want to read this, but it's never anywhere.
See what I mean?
And I just assumed, it's so popular that it's sold out. But that makes way more sense that people were just shanghaiing it.
Yeah. She also said, like, well, the reason that the tarot cards are stolen so often is because they're so easy to resell.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sure. Would stealing them not imbue them with some dark energy, or does that like activate their powers? Now, ironically, if the store actually used the tarot cards, they would know that they're about to get stolen from.
Yeah, it's like how no one steals a Ouija board. Cause...
God dang it, he's right. That's actually a good point. I mean, I was just gonna say, imagine just like, the balding thief.
No. Better yet, you make everyone who comes in the store have to get a tarot reading. You know, this guy comes in with a black hoodie with his hood up and strings. Hey, come here real quick. Draw 3 cards. Thief, thief, and thief. How did you draw 3 thieves? There's not even 3 thieves in the deck. Get out!
Exactly. It's like the king with like the sword. Like the dead king, like the one with the like that has 6 swords in the king's head. It's like, I pity your fate. Have a nice day, sir.
You always see it coming.
It's funny how recent Ouija boards are.
Yeah, I've heard it's Parker Brothers thing.
Yeah, it was just some goofy board game from like the 60s.
Got questions? Don't be left in the dark. New glow-in-the-dark Ouija.
It'd be like if Mousetrap turned out to be haunted or something.
Oh yeah,
Mousetrap was awesome.
It's funny to me that the Ouija board was made so recently, and yet my mom has literally been like, no, you can actually summon demons with those. Don't do it. And I'm just like, I highly doubt that. I mean, I guess demons could be like, haha, people are playing around with stuff. That's a good opportunity to fuck with people, but I highly doubt that.
Yeah, same, but people are gonna think what they think, man. It is what it is.
Whatever you do, do not go seeking the cheese. I did once.
Do not seek the cheese.
Do you remember?
My Mousetrap was haunted because it was never fucking work.
Ours kept breaking because my cousin kept like messing up. So I remember we had to like hot glue gun the final thing together. So that the thing would like fall down on top of the player that was in the Mousetrap, dude.
No, it's the crazy action. Something action. The crazy contraption. The fun is catching its Mousetrap.
What they should have for the tarot cards, they're plated in such a way that you just want to steal them. Even if you have no interest in stealing tarot cards, you're like, oh, I could fully take that so easily.
Yeah.
But you do, and then all of a sudden you start hearing like clinks and dinks of small ball bearings rolling around. A giant plastic cage lands on top of you.
Not even the right way.
That's what makes it funny, though.
It was always Mousetrap or Grape Escape that had the craziest shit happen. Grape Escape was so messed up.
I don't know how that works with OSHA, but I reckon we could get it pushed through.
Oh man, now here you're talking my language.
Hell yeah.
Old video games, especially old online games, are very creepy in a very liminal space kind of way.
That's true.
You know, the graphics are all like very outdated, and you'll be playing games where there'll be the implication of a wider world, but you just know, and the reality is there's nothing there. Like, if I could just jump over this wall, I'm in a void.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah,
Oh,
like
man.
you're playing Pokemon or something, and you actually
The
manage
truck.
to move the truck. And there's a door.
And you step into the door.
Yeah, and you go inside, right? And it's like a liminal space, which is very scary.
Yeah.
And it's like a cave. You're expecting to encounter Doug Trio and Zubats, but instead, it's nothing.
As I walked through the cave, it got darker and darker,
But
and I
nobody
started to
came.
notice some strange things. There were skeletons. What's the bit? It's called like Pokemon Death Black? Or
No,
like...
it has to be called Pokemon Blood Red or something. Pokemon, what's a scary color? Pokemon Grey, actually. That's kind of cool. That's a liminal color.
Is there like an adjective we can throw on it? Like,
No.
what about like morbid gray?
I feel Pokemon
Ash
Grey. I feel
gray.
like
Yeah, I was going to say
What about like morbid gray?
morbid gray.
Pokemon Bleach Bone version.
I was going to say for me it'd be like it's the neutral, like this is the neutral world Pokemon. It's just like it's like Ash, you just caught a Pokemon. How do you feel? I have no strong feelings one way or the other. Sorry, I just had to make that joke.
I feel Pokemon Grey. I feel
Green.
What?
like Pokemon Kill Your Parents Orange.
Where does this go?
I got. Wait, I got it.
Yeah.
The
Hold on. Pokemon Black.
I'm thinking that's what he said with the green one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Maybe.
I can't figure out why else they would have censored that.
True.
weird thing was, the man at the EB Games insisted
Oh my
that this
God.
was the best version.
Of course, they had to use Robert Englund when he was in Stranger Things episode or season 4.
It's weird though. Never seen that man working there before.
When he spoke backwards and in tongues. But I thought he just had an aneurysm. I just shrugged. Check it out, it's perfect.
I walk up to one of the corpses and push A, expecting a dialogue box to open up, and one did. But it was blank, as though the programmers had forgotten to type anything in. And that was when it happened. The Pokemon battle music started playing,
But backwards.
and all distorted.
Eventually, I came to a crossroads. I could either go left or right. So I turned right, and as I got to the end of that path, there was another intersection. So I turned right. Eventually, I got tired. I went onto the dark net, and I started asking, what's going on? And then someone finally replied, never go left. Luckily, till then, I had only ever gone right, and the username was just
H3LPM3.
I logged back onto my Game Boy. I turned left. That's when it happened. I blacked out. In the game and in real life. I woke up the next day and I went outside. I was suddenly in the cave in real life.
Oh no. Well, better grab your survival light and just start exploring.
I yelled out into the cave, hello? Is anybody there?
But all I heard back was echoes. As time went on though, the echoes started to become more distorted.
It was surreal. It was more than surreal. It was liminal.
My dad's gonna kill me.
That's it. They've always got their priorities wrong, yeah.
I came across several piles of bones.
I bent down over one of the skeletons and I saw in its pocket a journal. I opened the journal and I read the first page. It said, I'm so happy. Today I just bought my copy of Pokemon Grey.
All this is written down in a journal.
I flipped through the pages and then I found it. They said they found the truck too. They went into the cave as well. And now they're saying that they're lost in the cave.
This person's style of writing was familiar.
Oh my god.
My suspicions were confirmed when I got to the final page. All that it was hundreds and hundreds of scratchings that said, don't go left.
Then I saw it. They signed their name at the bottom of their last journal entry. H3LPM3.
That's when I realized it was saying Arrieldreemur. I walked around in the game a little bit more until I saw the first human figure I'd seen in this cave in the game.
I started to get closer to catch him, but he wasn't usual. He was 18 feet tall, and his limbs were all very lanky, not like in the cartoons. Instead of, I want to be the best, he said, I want to kill everybody.
And as his face got closer, it was like my vision was overcome with TV static.
And I blacked out. When I woke up, I was in a strange, new place. It was still the cave, but in the distance, I could see lights like those of a hospital room. There was a hospital bed in the cave. And Ash Ketchum was in the hospital bed. I went over there to see what was going on.
They're getting way too into
And
writing
as
this
I got
stupid ass
right next to
creepypasta.
Ash, I realized he's been in a coma the whole time.
What?
Wait a minute. I had seen a theory about this.
That's when I looked back again and I realized
What was it?
Ash had my face. One of his mouths just opened and it played like the garbled, creepy Pokemon cries.
We've done that 8 times.
So I just say also when Ash was like, you could hear like in the background like the slowed down like Lavender Town theme, you know, the one that drove people crazy. Oh,
That's why we can't do that.
But what if we did it a 9th
It can't
time?
be more static. He can't open his mouth and more static comes out like Christine Carley.
I blinked and now I was in the bed, looking up. But I was no longer in the cave.
I was in the hospital. I had just woken up and my parents were around me. They said that I fainted.
I was looking around for my Game Boy Color, but I couldn't see it anywhere. I asked my dad, and he said, it's at home, but we haven't even bought you a single game to play in it yet.
You've been playing an empty Game Boy the whole time.
This experience shook me to my core, but my dad and mum both reassured me that everything will be alright. Anyway, this might be my last journal entry for a few weeks. Me and my parents are going to go on holiday tomorrow to visit New York City. Thanks, everyone. Dated September 10th, 2000.
God damn it.
One.
Jesus Christ, that's so stupid. A few weeks later, I was at a cafe out with my girl when all of a sudden I looked across the table and what I saw, it shocked me to my core. The guy from EB Games is just like there, like Michael Caine giving like a knowing nod at the end of Batman.
Yeah. Like a pedestrian walks past and he's gone.
That's it, yeah. Or it's got to be like a suspenseful thing, like, uh-oh, think of what the ramifications for the whole world will be. So, over the years, I've tried to put that all behind me, keep it out of my memory. Maybe it really was all just a dream, except one day, I was browsing the Pirate Bay, and someone had uploaded the ROM, Pokemon Void Black. There it was, and it had been downloaded 30 million times.
I clicked on it, and the description was just an assy art picture of Ash Ketchum's face in the bed. Exactly how I remember it.
I ran downstairs. I knew my dad liked to use the Pirate Bay. I went into his study. I burst through the door. Don't play that ROM. But when I opened the door to his office, there was just a chair, an empty pile of clothes, and the ROM was open. He had gone to a liminal space, and I would never see him again.
All I heard was that familiar beat. Beep, 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 beep.
yeah.
Thanks again to NordVPN. Don't forget to get a huge deal on our 2-year plan.
We made it! Yay! We didn't fail.
No, the audio wasn't capturing. Yeah, it was.
Oh, don't scare me like that. Don't scare me like that, dude. So yeah, there we go. Oh, also there's the...
They got so distracted making up a Pokemon creepypasta that they just played out the whole second half of the video that way.
Yeah.
Completely ditched exploration for a creepypasta.
I mean, to a certain extent, I'm not
I guess
against it.
they've kind of done that before with like the sudden tabletop role-playing game that he starts playing with him. You know, it's like the spy one and everything. Like where it was basically James Bond.
Yeah. Sheesh. Well, honestly, dude, this stuff always like makes me laugh, and honestly, that I'm glad we were able to finish it without losing our minds. But yeah, take that, Mother Nature. You won't stop us. You can't stop us forever. So I ain't got nothing else to say. All I'm gonna say is that was incognito mode with exploration, and we hope that you all enjoyed. And until next time, I'm Nate.
I am Nick.
Be good people.
Don't steal
Take
the
care.
tarot cards.
Don't steal tarot cards, and also if you hear that random noise in the background, that's literally Asher.
He is a doors and he's digging a hole.
Diggy diggy hole, diggy diggy hole. All right, that's gonna do it, everyone. Take care. I'm Nate.
I already did this.
Oh, bye.